Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do something really cool. We are going to make some baits, and then we are going to take the boat out, go to the lake, and we're going to catch some fish on them in the same day. So it's going to be kind of a from the mold straight to fishing them and catching some fish on them. What we're going to do is we're going to use this tail mold for the 2-inch disc shaker. We're going to shoot it in transparent chartreuse. And then we're going to take this 2-inch disc shaker mold, put those tails in it, and shoot some blue bodies with this awesome blue. We're going to go take the boat out to one of my local lakes, and we're going to try to find some crappie, maybe some bass, catch some fish on them, and yeah, just do it all on the same day, and I think it'll be kind of cool. So basically, I'll show you. It is 12:42. So we got plenty of time. It doesn't get dark till about almost 6. So what I'm gonna do is get this hot, and we'll shoot this in the tail mold real quick, and then we'll make the blue. We've got this chartreuse hot, so I'm gonna pull some of this up and shoot it in here real quick. I'm gonna hold pressure, try to make sure that I don't get any bubbles in it, because there's some bubbles in that, which is fine. I mean, it's just for us. We're not selling these, so. Just gonna make sure, hold pressure for just a minute, put the rest back in there. Let's not waste any time, and we'll start getting this blue hot. And we'll have to see what the fish are doing. It's kind of overcast. The wind's gonna be very mild today, so we'll get some good live scope action. It's gonna be interesting filming because I don't have a tripod or anything, so yeah, it's gonna be interesting. But our blue is heating up. Our tails should be ready to demold. So let's go ahead and take our tails out of here, and we can start getting them put into the mold. Okay, there's our tails. We'll make a batch of these. I'm probably only going to make 10, because I don't think I'll need any more than that. Not for what we're doing, and I'll just save the rest for later. Pull these off the sprue. Maybe. Okay, we got them all off the sprue here, and now we'll drop a little bit of worm oil on them and get them mixed up, and then we will put them in this mold. If I can get you a better view of that. The injection side of this is going to go pretty quick because I want to leave more time for fishing. So we're just going to throw these in here real quick. Shouldn't take very long at all, and then I'll come back when we are ready to shoot the blue. All right, as you can see, tails are in the mold, so we're just going to align the pins, set them down together. We'll do our clamps on both sides of this, like that. And we'll grab our glove, our injector. This is about 383 degrees. So it's plenty warm for bonding. So we're gonna pull some of it up, and then we're gonna shoot the bodies. Slow and steady, we'll hold pressure for just a minute. Try to let any trapped air get out of there. And then give it a little spin and shoot the rest back in there. So that should be our crappie jigs that we're gonna fish with. Maybe if that doesn't take off the counter. Yeah, it'll be our crappie jigs we're gonna play with. I'm gonna run a 2-jig setup, so one jig about this far above the other, tied with loops, and I will show you that here in just a minute. I think these should be cool enough to take out of this mold. And I'll show you what we're gonna be fishing with today. Okay. Basically, this is the awesome color we're gonna be using today. Nice and blue body with a really bright chartreuse tail. And I'm gonna show you real quick how we're gonna rig these. This is my spinning combo, loose spinning combo. This is 10-pound fluorocarbon, so there's that. And basically, I have pretty big jig heads on these because the crappie right now, they're pretty aggressive, so not an issue. But as you can see, I don't know if this makes a difference or not, but it does work for me, so that's why I do it this way. There is a little bit of a loop. See if I can get it to turn. A little bit of loop there. That way it has more action. So I'm gonna pull one of these off of here. And then I'm gonna take this hook and I'm gonna put it through the front or back side of this disc shaker. And I want the hook point to come out right above the tail. And then we're just gonna run it up past the little keep on the hook. And basically, it's gonna look just like that. So, I'm gonna go ahead and put this on both of them, because why not? We might try a different top color. Nah, these will work. We'll just try these. These will be fine. These will catch. I'm not even gonna doubt it. Okay, and then this is the same size. It's just a white with a red eye. I like to do 2 different heads just because it gives you a little more options. I don't know if the head color really affects it all that much, but it's something worth trying. So I'm gonna hook it the same exact way. Push it up on there. And then as you can see, there's that. And you can see, we basically just have 2 jigs. About, I don't know, a little over a foot apart. So that is what we are going to use today. When we pull up and do a little bit of live scoping, see if we can live scope some crappie. And they'll just hook on there like that. And if you get the spacing right, you can hook it through that other eye. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the boat ready. Batteries are charged, everything's good. We'll go ahead and hook up, and then we'll throw these in the tackle box and make our way out to the lake. Okay, the last swim rig is ready to hit the water. Just got to grab my remote and keys, and we will be headed to the lake. Got her hooked on the Tundra, and we are ready to go. As you can see, we've made it out to the lake, and it is absolutely gorgeous out here today. And one thing I love most about January is there's nobody else out here. It is 65, almost 70 degrees. Beautiful day today, and there's nobody here, so we're gonna put this boat in the water. I'm not gonna film much of it because this water's low and getting the boat in here is a little bit of a process, but once we get on the water, we'll come back and see about finding some structure. All right, we're headed over to a spot that I know pretty well. There's a couple brush piles. I think there's maybe even 3 or 4 of them all right there together, and I can usually find crappie on them. So the place we're going to look for crappie over here is gonna be different than the place that we're gonna bass fish. I got a little intel that the bass are going to be a little shallower right now, maybe 3 to 5 foot. So we're going to throw the swim jig in the shallow water. I'm going to throw these crappie jigs in these deeper brush piles. But I'll show you what they look like on live scope and kind of give you an idea of how I'm working this bait, assuming there's fish over there. And we'll go from there. All right, we're pretty close to where I need to be. So first thing we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and deploy the Garmin Force after I take the strap off. Always forget about that strap. Go ahead and deploy the old Force so that we can get in one spot. Okay, Force is deployed. All right, and that's gonna come on. Okay, and then that should be good to go. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, every time you deploy this, you have to roll that up to make sure that you actually have power. And then I'm gonna go ahead and anchor lock us real quick. We're gonna take the covers off. That one already comes on. My big unit does not. And then we'll go ahead and turn this bad boy on so that we can have our live scope. And I'm gonna run this on sonar, and I'm gonna run it on clear view for right now. We may go to side view here in a little while when we're looking for bass, but for right now, that's how it's gonna be. So, one thing I put on this boat is the live scanner. Now, the joys of the live scanner is I can sit here and spot lock, and I can use these pedals to turn my transducer. So when I'm spot lock sitting here, I don't have to try to fight my live scope. my live scope can look wherever it wants while the trolling motor is doing its business. So let's see if we can find these brush piles out there. As you can see, I'm pulling up to that brush pile, and what you're seeing is these are fish. And that brush pile is about 50 foot out in front of me and about 10 foot down. So that's where we think our crappie is gonna be. So I'm gonna ease the trolling motor up, turn it down to 1, because we wanna be quiet. And we're gonna approach, and as we approach, you're gonna see this pile is gonna move closer to us. And when we get kinda close, I'm gonna spot lock, and then we're gonna decimate these crappie. Some pretty good marks on that. So I'm gonna go ahead and spot lock right here. And you're gonna see the trolling motor's gonna take over. Sometimes it backs me up a little bit. I'm not really sure what the deal with that is, but it's gonna back us up, and we can see these crappie are all in here. So I'm gonna grab my spinning rod out, and then we're gonna attempt to try to self-film this. As you can see, we got the jigs we made tied on, and it's gonna stay out there about 30-35 foot. So I'm gonna just tweak this until I can see more of the pile. You can see a lot of fish there, so it's a good sign. So I'm gonna take these off of here, and then I'm gonna flip angles and show you, see if we can catch some of them. All right, let's try this. It's not the greatest angle in the world, but it could be worse. So my fish are about 20 foot out. I'm gonna go ahead and toss out there, and should see my jigs falling. Yep, I see them. And we're gonna stay right in the top of that brush pile and just real easy work it. He's gonna hit it. He's gonna hit it. And I'll get you some footage of the live scope too. They're all over it. Hopefully I picked a good color for today. Come on. They're all over it. Okay. Doesn't appear that that's going to be the cast. So let's try them again. We may have to downsize jig heads. There's always that possibility. So go out here again. See if I can see them falling. I don't know how we didn't get hit that time. Okay. Oh, got him. He ain't bad. He ain't bad at all. Let me show you what we got going here. Okay. Yeah. And as you can see, just ate the one we just made. Look at that flip up. Yeah. That ain't bad at all. He hit it as soon as it came down, so that's a promising sign. Let me see if I can get some of this on live scope for you, because this is pretty cool. Basically, these are the fish I'm targeting. Without a tripod, there's probably not going to be a way to film this. So we're just going to have to do with what we can do, and then Friday I'll have a tripod here. So, but basically, they're all just on top of this brush pile. What you're seeing, this is all brush right here, and then these dots above it are all fish. So let's see if we can catch them. Let's go back out there after them. They're 35 foot out. So just gonna drop in there, turn my scope a little bit where I can see my jigs coming down. And then basically we're just gonna pop it real slow, just slow lifts, slow lifts, slow lifts. We want to stay right above the brush. I'm slipping up a little closer on these fish. We're gonna go ahead and spot lock. Now we're pretty close. It's about 15 foot out in front of us. Should be able to see our jigs really good at this distance. So, okay, I overthrew them just a fuzz. We're coming right over the top of a fish right now. Okay, he's following. He's following. I'm gonna go right over the top of the brush pile. Right over the top. Oh, I missed him. Right where I wanted it. There's a pretty good sized fish down there if I can get it to him. Man. having a hard time. Okay, it is real dark, but I stayed after it and I was able to catch this largemouth right here. I was really starting to wonder if that crappie was going to be our only fish because it is dark. I even did my exit and everything. But yeah, there's a little largie on it. I was not filming because my phone's almost dead. But yeah, nice little largie there. I was just bouncing it off the bank, kind of reeling slow and just seeing if anything would bite it. Well, guys, that was some rough fishing. That front coming in had them shut down, I guess. I put those baits in front of a lot of fish on the live scope, and I even tried different colors, different profiles. It didn't matter. That front coming in, I guess, are just kind of shut down. But we did manage to catch a couple fish, and sorry the fishing sucked, but we did the best we could, and we did succeed. We caught 2 fish on our baits we made today. So that's super awesome. And if you guys like this video, just drop a like and a subscribe, and hopefully I can make some more with some better fishing. Sorry the conditions are terrible, but that's just how it works with fishing sometimes. But you know, that's part of it. That's what makes the good days so good. So I appreciate you. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.